Woo! What's going on, guys? Worms Forum coming at you guys today with a video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Detroit Lions and who's due back from injuries for this squad. Now, we have a lot of guys that are eligible to return to practice this week. We have 6 or 7 players on the IR, the PUP, the NFI, whatever you want to call it. So at the beginning of the year, you had to put some guys on IR, on the reserve, whatever. And we put 7 of them, I believe. So it's fullback Jason Kabinda was put on the PUP. Right guard Big V was put on the PUP for 4 weeks too as well, or IR. The cornerback Jerry Jacobs on the PUP. Defensive lineman Levi Onwuzurike was put on actual IR. Defensive end Romeo Okwara on the PUP. Defensive lineman Joshua Pascal, the rookie out of Kentucky, on the PUP. And then another rookie, wide receiver Jameson Williams, who was put on the NFI list, the non-football injury list, because he was hurt in college. He was not hurt on an NFL field or practice field. So, and Pascal was. Pascal actually practiced with the Lions, I think, on that rookie camp, and he ended up getting hurt. Then he kind of disappeared, and then all of a sudden we found out that he was having surgery late in the year in a sports hernia. Now, one guy for sure has been cleared to come back, and that's Jerry Jacobs, the corner, undrafted corner from last year who came in, played very well for the Detroit Lions, he was only giving up like 59% completion percentage to opposing quarterbacks before tearing his ACL. Now, guys we have a couple corners that are struggling humongous. One of them is Mike Hughes at the nickel corner position, and the other is Amani Oruwariye, our number 2 cornerback right now. Played a lot of number 1 the last couple years. Now, I've always said about Amani, I thought he was a little bit overrated. He made some plays in the backfield or in the secondary for us. Last year was 6-7 picks, but he got burned a lot. I always thought he was a solid number 2. But this is going to be a guy that him and Mike Hughes, a former first-round pick from the Minnesota Vikings, they picked him, and then he played. The Vikings picked him, and then he played a couple other teams, Kansas City, something like that. And then had a decent year in Kansas City last year. But he's been atrocious this year. Had one good game at the beginning of the year, then has been bad for the last 2-3 weeks. And then AO is having a struggling year. He's got a back injury going on. Is he 100% healthy? Is he looking for that money? Don't know what's really going on. I think it's a mental and a physical thing with Amani Oruwariye, and he can't seem to get out of it. So Jerry Jacobs has been the only one officially cleared to practice this week, which I think Dan Campbell alluded to him practicing tomorrow. Him and Joshua Pascal. But Pascal hasn't been cleared to practice just yet. Not that I have seen. Now, I could be wrong. Somebody tell me in the comments section if I'm wrong. But I haven't seen it yet. But I know Dan Campbell talked about those 2 players coming back. And that leaves 5 other guys that are eligible to return that might not return. Because I feel like, I learn something new every day about this football team. I learn something new just in life in general. But it's sometimes you have to dig a little deeper to see what's going on. Go to a couple YouTube channels or try to find some articles, and you'll learn something new. Because a lot of people seem to think, and I've seen this on Facebook, social media, that a lot of people seem to think, oh, just because he's eligible to return week 5, he's practicing. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works, not even close. Now, like I said, Jacobs is cleared to practice. It seems like he's going tomorrow. Who knows? I haven't officially heard a word about Pascal yet. Is he playing? Is he practicing tomorrow? I don't know. I'll tell you this. I don't think Jacobs or Pascal, if they do come back to practice, I don't think they're playing week 5 against the Patriots. I don't think it's going to happen. I've been reading that Jacobs is probably the closer one to have any type of, if he plays this Sunday, that he's really the only one that's probably going to play, and that's not even a guarantee. They'll probably save these guys for week 7 because we have a bye in week 6 after the Patriots game. So, and then it doesn't get trickier, but it gets There's more to it. So say these guys get activated to practice. They get cleared. Both of them cleared. Now, once a player returns to practice, those guys have a 21-day window, 3 weeks to go on to before they get activate him to the actual roster. If that player isn't added to the roster in those 3 weeks, 21 days, he's done for the year. So if Jacobs comes back, has a setback, or just is not ready, he's going to literally be IR'd for the season. Same with Pascal. Same with anybody that gets cleared to practice and starts practicing. You have 21 days right from there, and then you have to get activated to the roster. If not, you're done for the season. Now, Jacobs will be a great return. It'd be a big return because, like I said earlier, Hughes and Amaya Warrior are struggling mightily. Warrior is one of the worst starting corners in the NFL right now on the outside. He's terrible. We just talked about it on Micro Mike channel, Lions Nation Unite. We just did a podcast, and he brought up a great stat. PFF has him rated as 99 out of 99 on the PF scale. That's crazy. It's that bad, folks. And Mike Hughes is horrible at the nickel corner position. He's just not playing well. Had that one nice game against Philly, and then after that, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been pretty. So one of those guys has their head turned to their shoulders, overlooking to see where Jerry Jacobs is because he's coming. Okay? This is hopefully he can stay healthy because he's had a slew of injuries too, starting from college, Jerry Jacobs. Probably why he wasn't drafted. But he was a good UDFA find by Brad Holmes. Now, Pascal due back as well, like I said. How is he going to fit? How is Joshua Pascal going to fit? Well, this defense is horrific. It's horrible. So he should see a lot of action on the edge or in early downs, and then probably going to kick it inside on obvious passing downs, third down situations, because he did really well in college versus guards. He ate up guards for breakfast. He played well against them, but he's a guy that's going to have to get acclimated into the system, into the season. Then they have to think about who they're going to sit. Everybody right now is sittable on this Detroit defense, and I mean everybody. So it's he's going to have to come in, show a little bit, show that he can move well on that leg. He's got that groin, that core injury. He's had surgery. He had a sports hernia surgery, so he needs to come back and look good doing it. But those two are going to be welcome additions to this defense. Are they going to fix it completely in 2022? 100% no. Nothing's getting fixed right away. But those are two good football players. Hopefully that they can make some noise right away. Pascal, you guys know my personal feelings on Pascal. I liked him as a player. I thought it was a little bit of a reach grabbing him in the second round. I thought he was a third, fourth round guy. Especially with some of the rookies that are playing good right now on the defensive side of the football. But, crystal balls, I don't have a crystal ball. Saying that, it's just hindsight is 2020 and I don't have a crystal ball. So, but we just need those two guys back. And it seems like they're the only two guys that are probably going to come back sooner than later. But expect those guys back in week 7. Maybe Jerry Jacobs. Maybe. I think there's a slight possibility, especially if he's running around well. I guess he was been running around well the past couple of weeks on the sidelines, according to some beat writers in Detroit media, that he's been shown out there with trainers moving well, moving quick, showing that there's not much setback going on with him. Pascal's kind of been a ghost. Don't know where he's been. So is he going to even be cleared to practice? We'll find out sooner or later. And I guess apparently fullback Jason Kabinda is close as well. After the bye week, that's what Dan Campbell's saying he's one of the closer guys too as well. So there's 3 guys. Kabinda, I don't know. He's a blocking fullback. Can play some reserve tight end if possible. Can even throw him in the linebacker. Throw him in that linebacker, see what goes on with that. He was a decent linebacker when he went to Penn State. It wasn't great or anything like that, but our linebacking situation is so ridiculous that why not throw in Jason Kabinda? I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not. So 3 guys coming back soon. And then that leaves guys like Jameson Williams, who had the ACL Halapula, Vaitai, Big V. The starting right guard had the back. Is he coming back? It don't seem like it. Romeo Akwara with the Achilles. He doesn't seem like he's coming back this week. And then defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike with the back and the hip situation going on with him. He doesn't seem to be even close to be coming back. Because there was an article about Levi, Dan Campbell saying it's not even moving the needle. He's nowhere close. Snail's pace. That was back then. But saying that he doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon. So who knows what's going on with Levi, those back and hip injuries. And they knew they drafted him with the back injury, which is very, very confusing to me. Drafting a big guy like that with a bad back going into the NFL, it's a tough sell. So don't expect LO back anytime soon. Campbell pretty much told us that. So that's it, guys. There's a couple guys coming back. It looks like Jerry Jacobs is cleared for sure. Pascal, I think, is about to get cleared, but it looks like he's back. I have a feeling that both those guys, Jerry Jacobs and Joshua Pascal, will be back in week 7 with a possible return for Jacobs in week 5. We have a bye week 6. They might be safe and go on to week 7. But that's it, guys. So we're waiting on Jameson Williams. We'll be waiting on Romeo. We're waiting on Big V probably. Waiting on LO, Levi Onwuzurike obviously, and just waiting for guys just to get healthy. Waiting for guys to get healthy. So it's going to be a long year. Hopefully a couple more guys can come back and help this defense. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the video. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget the notification bell. Get all my videos. Don't forget to like, comment. Let's talk about this. Some players due back. But we got to be still a little bit more reserved on it. We have to be a little bit more patient. They'll get here eventually. Thanks, guys. Go Lions, one pride, baby. Boom.